So here I am again. Alex is making me sing for my supper today. Supper, right? That was the deal? Yeah. Yeah, you can turn off the overhead light. So, there's a cairn beside Helen Falls on the Hanbury River, just a few miles upstream from this river's confluence with the Thelon. And this is really the very heart of the deepest, most remote wilderness left in continental North America. The first non-native man, first of all, let me just say that my job here is to set the scene for what's coming next with Jim Boone. The first non-native man to travel the length of the Hanbury Thelon was David Hanbury in 1899, and he did it upstream the whole way, with the help of two Métis canoemen. The next year, 1900, Hanbury was from England, okay, I mean upstream. The next year, 1900, James W. Tyrrell, he showed how we do it in Canada. He went downstream. But when he got to the mouth, he turned around and went back upstream, just, to make the point. And he could do that too. So his party did a complete round trip. I don't suppose that anyone has ever done that since. The original cairn that you see here, a modernization of, so far as we know, the original cairn was built by John Kelsall, who was a biologist who spent the summer of 1951 in the Thelon Sanctuary, traveling by canoe, paddling, studying caribou and muskox, of which there were many in the sanctuary at the time. At the end of his field season, he paddled out to Baker Lake. So he did it the proper way, 650 kilometers from his summer camp downstream to Baker Lake. The first purely recreational canoe trip that we know of was Eric Morse with his wife Pamela and two friends using Hudson Bay Company canoes rented from the U-Paddle system, which Eric helped establish with the HBC. That was in 1962. They found Kelsall's cairn beside Helen Falls, but there was no sign left of any note left there by Kelsall. So Eric Morse's note from that cairn is the oldest to survive, 1962, here it is. Along with all of the other notes dated before 1993, this note is now in the NWT archives in Yellowknife. But Eric Morse was the pioneer of recreational canoeing in the north. In the years following 1962, recreational canoe trips became more and more popular and more common in the north. By the time Jim Boone's group of young men left their note in the cairn at Helen's Falls in 1969, they were the 8th modern canoe trip to descend the Hanbury Thelon. In their preparation for that canoe trip, they had contacted Eric Morse, as did many canoeists contemplating such a trip. I'm sure Jim's going to tell you more about that contact in his presentation. And I need to share with you that a few years later, I joined that queue of contacting Eric. He was a wonderful mentor, extremely generous with his time and knowledge to many, many of us who were following his lead into the Barren Lands. And lucky for me, Eric and I, yeah, that's me, many years ago, we became very good friends, and for the last 15, 20 years, 17 years of his life, I saw a lot of him. He's a great guy. And I just had to throw this image in because I don't even need to tell you who it is. It's a great shot of two of our heroes enjoying. This is at my house, a couple hours east of Toronto at the time. We had a gathering of canoeists, and Eric Morse, of course, was the major attraction, and the other hangers-on all showed up to spend some time with Eric. It was a really great event. So I just had to share that with you. So Jim Boone comes to us today as a member of a very special group of early canoeists in the Barren Lands. I had the pleasure of enjoying dinner last evening with him yesterday, a memorable evening for me, with some other canoeing friends. And we're privileged to have Jim with us, among us today. I'm sure you'll enjoy his tales as he reminisces about 1969. You're in for an unprecedented treat with his film of early paddling in the Barren Lands. Over to you, Jim.